trying to map out all of the different Firefly bases in different cities. If you have any intel to give to me, I'd appreciate it too.
Yeah, there's a nickel.
No.
Anything? Where's it coming from?
New Jersey.
You know New Jersey's like where Fedra operates. Do you have any? Are you sure you want to follow?
Were we followed?
No. We made sure we got here all secure.
So it's the two of us.
Follow the light. Go talk to Jack at Fox. He'll be able to help you out.
Okay, thank you.
That's good. I didn't think there was an actor. I was just going over there looking at it.
We have some messages if you want to try and decode these. They play this one a lot. Did you hear that?
I feel like I'm gonna fall out.
They're just singing these songs from the 80s. So Take On Me, they play this a lot. We think it might mean that we need to take on more deliveries.
Take on more servers?
Maybe they're sending survivors.
Take on more survivors?
I mean, you guys are all survivors, right?
Yeah.
Did you read anything? That's pretty good. Sharing is caring.
Yeah. It never helps.
We're entitled to a ration.
We need to get our rations, Dan. We need to get rations. Hold on.
You're gonna need these where you're going. We have two options: butter or truffle.
I'll take butter.
Take butter.
I'll take butter as well.
Save who you can save.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's over there. Time for photos and videos. Starts here.
You barely see me, but Dan left. He got a bloody nose, and now I'm waiting for him again so we can get a picture with it quicker. We just got out of the first episode. We'll go over details in the car, but that was really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
And now we're headed to Target because we have Fedra Firefly popcorn and a cup that I'm not holding for the entire New York trip.
Well, we gotta go to the subway. We're not carrying boxes around
hell
the subway.
no. Okay, whatever's next will come follow.
When I was a kid, I always was taught, like, if you have your light on like that, you get in trouble.
Yeah, so did I. But I don't know if it means anything. If it doesn't bother you driving, then sure. I don't think there's any state troopers. With that being said, we're back, and we're back. We're driving home from New York. We've been gone for like 12 hours.
Almost, yeah. We left the house like almost 9.
A little after 9, yeah. But we went to the Last of Us
premiere.
Kind of New York premiere. It was at the Angelika Theater in New York.
Soho, like we were in Soho, no. We were like
it was around there, but it was really cool. They went all out for the experience. You know.
Did you get a video of the actors? Or like any of the actors?
Not really. I might have got some of the people when we went in and they were talking to us, but this will come after that.
You post this like after?
Yeah, I'll do this as a whole.
People probably have seen like maybe they've seen like videos or whatever of like all like official videos of like them doing all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was all over their social media, and pictures everywhere, and
Nick was like in awe of everything that was going on. And I was just like, what? I was like, I remember nothing.
we got a picture with a clicker, which was awesome. I'll put that either here or that'll probably be the thumbnail. But that was really cool. Just the whole experience, having it all decked out in Fedra and
honestly
Firefly stuff. It was really neat.
When you told me we were going to like no, I don't think I wasn't really like expecting like a theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like a theater you're going to see like a movie that's out for like whatever. But I wasn't expecting like a whole like shebang.
Yeah,
I was expecting like cutouts, probably like an actor like the actor who was like outside. Like, kind of pretending to be like Firefly agents or whatever. But no, yeah, the fucking experience was like amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was the first time I've ever gone to any kind of event like that, and it was free, and all we had to do was get to New York.
Yeah,
and that was cool. But
and spent almost $500.
Yeah, Dan. But yeah, we got Firefly pendant. We got Fedra / Firefly popcorn.
I'm gonna put weed in it.
We smelled a lot of weed today.
There was a lot
of weed in New York.
I'm surprised I'm not high as fuck right now. Don't drive a high.
check it high on life. Yeah, we got that. We got the popcorn. We got the cups. We should have stolen more cups, Dan. We were kind of like us and out. We were nice, and we took one, but I saw people with like 3 or 4 stacks of cups.
Honestly, I wasn't.
And I was like, damn. When the cups were available, I was like, I should have, but we should have took at least one more.
Not lying.
One more cup.
Once we got out of the theater and I saw like the first trash can, I literally just dumped whatever I had. Well, I drank whatever I left and had and just dumped all the trash.
My popcorn's pretty much still full because I'm smart and I know how popcorn is with my teeth. I didn't want to be fucking with my teeth, you know, during the whole episode, trying to get shit out. I know better not to eat popcorn. But I
guess I ate like half of it before you even started.
Yeah, I know you dove into it.
It was good.
But let me fix my positioning because I don't vlog at all, but I figured this is something special.
Honestly,
and we can vlog. We can make a video out of it. So,
but we were both like ourselves thinking about like doing like a small vlog like of New York, but like we were just both just like we're just fucking going to New York.
What that means is after we cut this, we got to make an intro to introduce the video.
Fuck that. Just make like a small mod. You took some videos.
Yeah, I took a lot of video.
Just make a small montage in the beginning.
But to talk about the episode real quick, it was pretty much what I predicted in the car on the ride here. I predicted that it was going to be a little before the outbreak.
Yeah, they did.
And the outbreak.
They did enough that like you were like
the first part of the
especially if you
quarantine zone.
If you want someone who wants the show, play the game, you at least got hooked on like the
story and the characters, and I love how much they added to the world building.
I cried for grandma.
Yeah,
when I saw the dog, I was like, no.
Yeah, a part of me was like, they can't be doing the.
They can kill a kid, but they can't kill a dog.
They can't be doing these dogs. Like they never had infected dogs, but like,
really?
You could kill dogs in 2.
Really?
Because the new group that was in 2 had dogs, and that sucked. But I was just like, no, don't do it. But they changed that whole kind of sequence with the neighbor. But I loved how it started with it being in the 60s and them just talking about the fungus and the cordyceps, and it's building the world, and I'm like, that is really cool.
Was there a lot of like plot points and like talking about I kind of see in the second game, or was the second game more like of like Ellie and the other chick?
There was a spot in 2. Also, full spoilers for the games, because if you haven't played the games,
why are you watching?
Why the hell are you watching this? Yeah, let's make sure we get home safe. We make a makeshift video. I gotta fix the damn camera. My shoulder's killing me. Here, I'll pause in a second so we can do full service. Okay, and we're back and down $7.
Money.
I loved how they built the world, you know, and they talked about everything.
Yeah, like it wasn't like they were going like point on point from the game.
Yeah,
I mean they definitely like
they definitely did, and they definitely still hit all the points.
They hit all like the major points, and like they did like an affected neighbor, and then they did like the fucking car ride, the burning building, the family.
I was really shocked that they changed it from the neighbor being just the guy who works in the city and gets infected, and then it ends up being the grandma.
Oh, grandma.
And she just twitches, and I love that Sarah saw a little bit of it, and I love that Sarah was kind of the horror.
Like the game, at least the games are like horror in a sense of like
it can be scary at times. Yeah. It can be scary at times.
Especially some of like the areas where like you're surrounded by clickers and all that shit.
And you didn't finish 2. There's a part in 2, and that's kind of what I was getting to a minute ago. They show the first infected, and it's like the biggest boss fight in the game is practically the first infected person.
Have you ever watched is it Contagious? Or Patient 1 or 0?
No.
Day 0. I'll try to look it up later, but it's a movie, like a quarantine movie and like infected movie, and like it was fucking speaking of COVID, it was basically like an animal got sick, got eaten by another animal, ate another animal, got infected another animal, and then a human ate that animal or some shit like that. Or like got speaking of COVID. But no, yeah, it was like the same thing. It was just like at the end of the movie you found out how Patient 0 or like whatever the movie is called. That's how you find out like that's how it happened. So that's something like that.
I guess I think it was Neil Druckmann who still wrote the script along with Craig Mason. But I love how they continue to make that little tweak in Naughty Dog comedy, because there were some funny moments in the damn episode, and like Tommy getting arrested instead of just, you know, Tommy being there, and that's what makes Joel get up and leave and pick him up. That was hilarious. Joel, like
in the first game, I know you wake up.
Yeah, the beginning of the first game,
they never like said why he left or like why he wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole beginning of the game beginning of the first. I've been up for 12 hours. People, deal with it. The beginning of the first game begins with Sarah waking up to.
The first things is like. It's literally like the watch thing and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of shit. But then like the first like gameplay and all that shit, it's like when she wakes up.
Yeah. I thought it was just like he picks her up, he puts her to bed, and then she wakes up, and then he's gone because he knows what's going on around. You know.
I need a meme of I sell drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
I'm so happy they kept that line in there, and I was praying.
It's HBO.
I was praying that they would keep it in there, and they did. They kept a lot of dialogue from the game in.
Yeah,
and it was really good. And then when the outbreak started to happen, full service in. Yeah, well, it might be behind the car for a second. that was completely different. Well, not completely different, but they changed some points to it, and I'll get there in a second after we pay more money.
New Jersey.
So yeah, we were talking about the initial outbreak and when they're getting in town, and the start of it once they got into the truck. A lot of that dialogue was still straight from the game, and that was really good.
I also like
they changed the guy's name who had the farm. Well, I don't know if they changed it because I think they said by their last name. But I remember just Tommy saying that's Lewis's farm, and
yeah, I remember the farm.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept that in there because that was always something, you know, kind of shocking to see. And then when, you know, the panic just of them driving through the city. Also, I appreciate the camera work.
I
was just about to say that, the camera, because it made it look just like how it was in the game when you're controlling Sarah, and it's like you see from behind her.
Yeah, you see from behind her for a little bit, but then then the camera keeps on going around a few times.
Yeah.
When you're in the city and everything like that. The city, oh my god, the fucking car crash scene.
Yeah, so you go ahead and explain that, because you were saying that a second ago.
I just like, so I like how in it, like from the game, you were expecting just like I can't remember if they did a fake out in the game.
No, it was a full car crash.
No, I mean like a fake out and then a car crash.
Oh, kind of.
Yeah.
I think it was a fake out and a car crash because they were just trying to, you know, maneuver through the.
But like
people.
You were expecting, like that first one, you were like, oh my god, I thought it was gonna be that. It was like, oh,
yeah.
And then you were expecting or waiting for them to be like, watch out, truck, and all of a sudden you see a fucking plane.
Yeah, the plane comes down
and I think like a piece. I think that's how they got hit.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell what it was.
It was like a piece of the plane that like
went through the. It looked like it went through the windshield, but I couldn't understand how the car tipped over.
Well, you got a fucking gigantic plane, falling and then ricochet.
It'll be more clear to me once I rewatch it on Sunday.
Yeah. You gotta wait 2 weeks. The second part.
A week and a half, but yeah, that was something else, and in the back of my mind I was like, how is Pedro going to do the Sarah scene? Because I know that was tough for Troy, and when they were doing the game,
that was good.
Neil just kept getting Troy to do it over and over and over and over and over again until Troy was completely broken.
I mean, yeah,
and
that's like a fucking The Shining.
But I mean, like, as great as Pedro was, and he, you know, there was a new part of
that's who
Pedro Pascal plays Joel. Yeah, it was.
I didn't like how cynical he was in the beginning. I feel like he was a little bit too cynical before like the outbreak and all that shit. He was a little bit more. No, he like
snarky. He was a little bit more snarky.
No, he had his regular snarky, but I feel like, especially like in the breakfast scene, I feel like he was too cynical and like not mean, but like he was like too hard ass. Like he jokes around with that.
And that's what I'm saying. They added a lot more comedy into the beginning because we didn't really get to see who Joel was or who Tommy was in the beginning. Or even Sarah.
It was good for the TV show because it was like
they built the world.
Yeah, you need a world bit before, even though there was like a whole game and everything beforehand.
Yeah,
you needed at least something to get, if not people who never played a game into the series, or if anything like people who haven't like for me haven't played the game since fucking I don't know when I fucking played it.
The Sarah's death scene, like it hit me hard.
It came a little quicker, no?
Obviously, playing the game, it hits as hard as it could because it's a game. But like seeing it in person, and usually I can
retain focus for whether, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a game or TV show, my emotions will be the same. But like seeing that adapted, that was something that hit different, seeing it with them. And
shit hit different.
Props to, I believe her name's Nico Parker, who plays Sarah. She did a fantastic job, and just, you know, the small parts that she had, she did so good. And
I feel being stupid saying it, but it reminds me. Have you ever watched like the Shining movies and everything like that?
No.
Speaking of the Shining, did you ever see the Doctor Sleep movie?
No.
That the girl who was playing Sarah reminds me of the girl from that movie. I don't know, it was weird because both actors, if it's two different actors, both actors were fucking amazing. But being kid actors doing like amazing movie scenes.
Who had like limited role too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I love seeing that one thing of Ellie's actor. Like, I wasn't able to watch the show or watch anything or play the game or anything.
Yeah, but she's like,
I figured it out.
Yeah, and Bella's great.
Then, wait, she wasn't able to play the game or anything like that, but her whole personality is fuck you.
And we'll get to that in a second. The interview, like, she watched some cutscenes. She was like, yeah, I secretly watched some cutscenes just so I could get a good grip of the character, but she proves herself really quick on how quick she gets Ellie, and especially when it got to the part where her and she meets Joel, and like her quick-wittedness right there, and just the sound of her voice, I was like, yeah, that sounds like Ellie, 100%. And there was a couple new scenes with Ellie. There's a couple new scenes with Marlene, and the lady who plays Marlene, Merle Dandridge, same actress who played her in the game. She's the only one that kept her role going from the show going from the game to the show. So that was awesome to see. She's great, and you know, it would be weird to see anybody else as Marlene, but it also was weird because it was kind of like their introduction, because she introduced herself to Ellie right then and there, but in the game we kind of thought that she knew Ellie because kind of thought she knew Ellie because she knew her mom, and you know, she was in the Fireflies with Riley and all that, so it was kind of weird to see her introduce herself to Marlene and then just right off the bat kick her to the side with Joel.
We skipped over that one scene, but I almost, because we got to Marlene. I honestly thought that kid that wandered into the sediment and like was, unfortunately, they killed 2 kids in one episode. I almost thought that was Ellie.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, is that Ellie? I was like, that what? And then it was like, oh no, it's dead.
They pretty much, and I don't mind it, even though I get why they did it, because it was the tutorial segment of the game. They completely, pretty much skipped past Robert. Because Robert was the guy who had Joel and Tess's guns in the game, and then in the show was a car battery. So it's like, okay, that's a change, but I'm fine with that kind of change, because it's just like they're smuggling supplies, you know.
That was like the beginning part where like they were doing like the docks.
Kind of.
Is that it?
Kind of.
Not docks. The fucking.
And it was just weird to see Robert not get killed by Joel, because that was the thing, you know, in the game, that Joel and Tess find Robert, they kill him, and that's how Marlene gets introduced. She's like, I needed him alive.
Yeah.
And then that goes into Ellie, but no, it was kind of quick, bye Robert, he's done.
I mean, Robert, in the case you're saying, that he was literally still in responsible for having Joel and Tess like not to do like the Ellie thing. Like it was still like they were still able to make it so like
without Robert, you know, they wouldn't have got to Marlene.
Yeah, they still that.
But even then, like Robert mentioned Marlene, and Marlene's the one who took Joel and Tess's guns, and they, you know, they agreed to smuggle Ellie so they could get guns and ammo, and they still kept that, which, you know, they kind of needed to.
Yeah.
But and that kind of change was fine, and then they kind of just dropped right into that scene right from the game. But I call it like the blue sky because it's like the tower, the buildings like falling over, shot right from the game. Right from the game, and I know that they got concept artists and everybody from Naughty Dog to do that, and it looked very good. And then
the one legit clicker we saw, like the fucking, did we see? Was that like in the game too? Like you saw the clicker, like that clicker or whatever, like that.
Yeah, that one of
that was probably like, that was one of the first times
saw some kind of infected.
But you didn't get to see the first one until they were in the city, right?
Yeah, until they're in that little kind of building that they'll see the first clicker.
That was pretty creepy.
Yeah, they made that place very eerie. I'm excited to see what they do with the next episode, and then they pretty much did the same thing with them getting caught by the guard and seeing that Ellie's infected, even though that they kind of made the guard a character of sorts, because him and Joel talked earlier in the episode and everything, and then Joel just, you know, he got mad PTSD and beat the fucking piss out of that. No,
he just like attacked him.
No, Ellie stabbed him in the gut and he pretty much died right then and there. I'm pretty sure I know Ellie stabbed him just like she did in the episode. Well, I don't know if Joel or Tess shot him. One of the two shot him, I think. But no, Joel beat the piss out of him. So that was another change.
She was just like staring at him. I was honestly waiting for like a wow.
Yeah.
Like a whoa.
But overall, I really liked it. I thought it was a really good adaptation of the beginning.
You could probably say this better, but it was like the preview of like the rest of like whatever, or next episode, whatever, like that. Was that like stuff they already showed?
No, that was all new footage. So at the end of the screening, they showed kind of just another little. They'll probably show it at the end of the HBO Max. Yeah, so they show what's gonna happen, and I mean, like, we know some stuff that's gonna happen. Like episode 3 is going to be Bill's town, and
almost if that next time thing will be like almost like an official trailer. I feel like definitely could be like an official red box.
Yeah.
It's called.
But the whole season looks really good. I'm excited to see what they do with it, how they kind of tie maybe some of Part 2 stuff into it, because I know that they can. So I'm sure they'll do a little bit of it. I'm excited to see that Bill and Frank episode, which is episode 3, because in the game, Frank was dead. I don't know if you remember, Bill was kind of the heavier, not super heavy, but
one of them hundreds.
Yeah, that was Bill's partner, Frank. And he was like, "That's my stupid partner." He was like, he would only wear. He's the only person I know to wear a shirt that ugly. And he was dead, so we never got to interact. But it looks like he's going to be alive for a good chunk of the episode, or at least through flashbacks or whatever. So I'm excited to see that. Nick Offerman as Bill, though. Do you know who Nick Offerman is? Do you remember he was in, and this is the only reference I could do because I don't watch Parks and Recs.
He's the guy from Parks and Recs?
One of them. Do you remember in the George Lopez show the guy who dated Benny?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
Yeah,
Bill.
he's like the one of the main guys. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna play Bill, and it's like the perfect fucking casting, because they casted somebody else as Bill, and then they couldn't, you know, due to scheduling conflicts, have him, so they got Nick Offerman. And I'm like, perfect, just who I wanted to play Bill. So I'm excited to see him and Frank interact, him and Joel and Ellie interact, because him and Ellie always.
Was there any other famous actors who were supposed to be in it?
In the show?
Yeah.
Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson are both going to be in it.
Something.
Do you remember? And I once again, semi-spoilers for the show, but this info is out already.
It's in the fucking.
So whatever.
That's a game that came out years ago.
Troy's going to play one of David's men. Do you remember David? He was the cannibal in Winter who tried to rape and kill Ellie.
Yeah.
Troy's gonna play like his right hand man.
One like the right hand.
Yeah, one of the guys that Ellie kills. And then
didn't she kill that one like in like one day as soon as she took capsule or whatever like that?
Yeah, she killed him first, and then she killed David later.
And then who's she playing?
Ashley Johnson is playing Ellie's mom. And that was only a story and a character that was in. I don't even know if she was. I think she was in the American Dream comics that came out a little after the first game and a little after Left Behind. I have them with the Firefly edition that I got from, which is the collector's edition for Part 1. I never read them though, but yeah. I know that Ashley is playing Anna, which is Ellie's mom, and I'm excited to see her play that. But I really liked it. I'm excited for the rest of the series. I can't recommend it enough. Whether it's your first time watching it or you're a fan and you know you want to see how it goes, I don't think they're gonna fuck it up. I think it's going to be really good. It's going to get a lot of people into the series, and it's very weird to see like everybody's little baby be presented to the world in this big form. It's like when we were going through New York, there were posters for it. There was billboards everywhere.
Did you see a billboard? I don't know. I saw like.
I might have saw one thing, like
I saw like
electronic sign.
Yeah, I saw electronic sign. I didn't see like
and there's even in LA, there's a huge poster, huge billboard everywhere for it.
Yeah,
but
it was heavily advertised.
Yeah. Push it. No, I did something on my phone, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I guess I'm gonna label this vlog plus episode breakdown or whatever. I'll come up with some lingo for it later. But yeah, you'll be seeing this right at like 10:30 on Sunday, because I don't think I'm under any NDA, but you know I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna put it out super early, but. On Instagram and everything, if I can get Instagram to work, I'll have all the photos up there, and plus it gives me 3-4 nights to edit this. But that was fun. Thank you for going with me, and thank you for taking the trip and doing most of the heavy work. I appreciate it a ton. It was really fun. I'd love to do
just a
New York trip again, and just stuff like that. If they ever do anything like that. But that was really cool. I was glad that, one, it was free. Aside from...
I stole a water bottle, basically, of a water I don't even drink.
Yeah, aside from, everything else. But we got a couple of things of free merch. It was really cool.
We next saw the Nintendo store for the first time. You were in the Nintendo store for the first time.
Yeah, we went...
It's funny, too, because, honestly, I think the first time I went to the Nintendo store, if not out yet, or at least like the first wave of like Amiibos were out.
Really?
I'm pretty sure
early
yeah.
2014.
Yeah. So it had to be around that. That's at that point. I remember like Amiibos weren't really a big thing.
Yeah.
At that point. Because
Now we're just babbling, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for this vlog plus like episode breakdown and reaction, whatever I'm gonna label this as. I think I'm personally just gonna do episode reviews on my channel because I put out like a couple days ago. I was like, well, I've reviewed every Last of Us game. I might as well review every episode. Fuck it, why not at this point? Because I know the game like the back of my hand. I could talk about it for hours and hours, and I think I could just do that on my own. It'll be something different than just having Persona out on my channel. But yeah, I'm excited for everyone to see it. I hope everybody loves it as much as I did. And yeah, anything else?
No, that was really it. That's everything I can really think of at that point.
And HBO Max now $16 a month. That I just saw that they raised it by $1. They're getting us good. Wow, we're home.
Yeah.
Wow, with that
being said,
yeah. With that being said, we're home. You guys ever want to get home quickly? Make a fucking video. Goddamn.
And I wasn't paying attention at all.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for the first 2BG, 4BG vlog. We'll probably do one again in 5 years. Who knows? But thanks for watching this. You know where to find us. I don't have to say anything. But,
if you're watching this, you're on the channel.
Yeah, seriously. But thanks for watching.
What's Madagascar first year again?
And listen to a bunch of idiots just babble on about first episode of 9. But yeah, thanks for watching. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.